I think one of the biggest challenges is to explain the mainstream that citizenship is a tool and that it's not just possible to invest in your citizenship, but it's also desirable. And suddenly when more people realize that their problem can be solved with citizenship, like they have another hammer in their toolkit that they can use for that problem. And I think one of the biggest challenges is to basically explain that to people and bring it to a more mainstream audience. And that's why the Bitcoin audience is perfect, because they understood 10 years ago that Bitcoin was a tool for their problem. That was basically the fiat system. And during this decade, they understand that a second citizenship is a solution to their current problem that is having just one citizenship.
Absolutely. For this entire 6 years, my whole pitch was, I'm Katie and I sell passports. And that would spike their curiosity. And then I would have the time to explain what it's like and how it works. And you mentioned how Bitcoiners get second citizenship right away. That just clicks with them. I'm really surprised to see how citizenship industry doesn't fully get Bitcoin. It takes them so long. And I don't understand why, because these two concepts go hand in hand. And it's you have to lack this respect for the government to begin with. You have to not be able to rely on one state, and then realize that the systems are broken, and then that should lead you to Bitcoin right away. But for 7 years, I've been screaming at citizenship professionals that, look, Bitcoin is the thing, and yet it's been so long, and some of them are catching up, not because they understand Bitcoin, but because they realize there are lots of Bitcoiners who want passports. So they're like, oh, wait, we actually get lots of those guys. We need to get into this market. How do we do that? But yeah, that's one of my value propositions. I'm I've been serving this industry for 6 years now. I know every little detail and I understand their logic. They don't want to sell Bitcoin. The opportunity cost of getting citizenship is one of the things they truly consider. And I understand, because I'm a Bitcoiner. Low time preference is all there is. The longer I hold, the more I benefit. I truly get that. And now you need to optimize and strategize for this entry point on when it makes sense to get this citizenship. And you need to understand how to, quote unquote, time the market. And that's definitely a big value proposition that now with CitizenX we have for our clients, because we know the trends, we know what is bull market, we know how to time it right. So you spend the least amount of Bitcoin on this citizenship, same amount of US dollars, but the least amount of Bitcoin.
I think with Bitcoin and citizenship, it's a really interesting relationship, because they have so much in common, but at the same time they are polar opposites in many ways. With Bitcoin, there's no second best, and you don't want diversification. With citizenship, is the total opposite. You want as much diversification as possible. With Bitcoin, you want to get as much as possible. The sooner, the better, and you want to do it quick. With citizenship, you want to time, because you know that you are basically allocating your money into a different location. So you don't have this urgency. So they're very opposite in many ways, but in the end, I believe they're two sides of the same coin. One is your financial freedom, and the other one is your personal freedom. And I think those are some of the same values that CitizenX has, and that's why also we are hosting in future episodes many Bitcoiners, as we have been featuring in the past.
Yeah, the message of second citizenship just right away clicks in with Bitcoiners, because again, we took our monetary value out of the traditional system because we have a lack of trust to the government. So we're gonna take ourselves out of this full reliance. Because the way I like to say it is, only 3% of people currently live outside of the country of their birth, which is both you and I do. So we're in that 3%. But that basically means that your home country government has a 97% monopoly over you. And the gatekeepers are preventing you from changing this provider because there are those borders and papers that are involved. And if you were to pay in order to go get this other network provider, you can't do it because there's no rails for that right now, other than CitizenX.
I've been a follower of this concept of dynamic geography from Patrick Friedman. But what he basically says is that there's no competition in the market of countries because the barriers to exit are so high, as well as the barriers to entry. Like it's really hard to create a new country. But the good thing about citizenship, and I think one of the main drivers behind why CitizenX is so focused on these citizenship by investment programs, that you can do them from anywhere in the world, and it suddenly becomes not so much a lifestyle decision in terms of where you want to live, but it's purely a monetary decision. You can just send your money. You don't even have to visit. And hopefully with Bitcoin programs, you don't even have to go through all the banking loops, going to your bank branch to
AML,
wire
due
the money.
diligence, yeah.
Yeah. And it becomes a financial decision, and you can just, get citizenship
Yeah,
from anywhere in
execute.
the world.
And the good thing is, like,